Așa.
Agrasim, how you dote on me, Captain.
Time. I know someone who works in this tower. An animancer named Giaccolo. I'd like to see him if we could. Agrasim. It should not take long. I have not seen him in many years, and I wanted to thank him.
You feeling all right, Pelagina? You sure you don't mean yell at him?
When I was a girl, he visited me in the academy. He was studying godlike. Studying what was in our souls that made us different from other kith. He found something in me. Something that resonated like a chime when he held an instrument near me. He said it was like this for all godlike. Different chimes resonating for different types. But you are not godlike. In any case, he told me it was what was causing my body to change. I begged him. He refused at first, saying it was impossible. When I told him I would kill myself if he didn't, he said he would try.
You'd really have done that? Or were you just saying it? Some Valians, that's just how they make their point.
I don't expect you to understand, but I was 12. My body was changing in many ways. Being the only girl, the only godlike girl at the academy, was unbearable. Agrasima. Giacomo was not able to remove the chime, but he was able to sever it. When it happened, I blacked out. I did not wake for 2 weeks. The Brotherhood ejected him from the academy for ruining their pet godlike. They assumed I would die. I did not. Over time, I lost most of my feathers. The shape of my nose changed. It was not enough to make me fully Kalbandra, but it was enough to keep me from wanting to die. When I looked in a mirror, what I saw was not a godlike, not something to be paraded around. It was me. Finally, me. Giacomo saved me. Without his help, I would be dead now. Thank you for understanding. If we can speak to him for a moment in the tower, I would be grateful.
Supplies! Get your supplies here!
Be welcome. We gather to honor the goddess, for we must earn the strength to endure the darkest of life's battles. Muhai? Muhai has broken with Wahana. The queen has forbade that any should have contact with her. Akira? She would be banished to the Undercity if not for her sickness. And now that has finished her. Akira, how to say, the sharing that is right among our people, each of us in what way we can. It is the role of the Mataru to guide, to protect. A group of the Wapua came to seek Muhai's counsel, for she was known as a great navigator. Muhai was of the Oweki before she came to Neketaka. The Oweki and Wapua were enemies for many years, before Queen Onekaza's time. Muhai misled the hunting party, and they were lost. All of us are Kahanga now. To harm Wapua is to harm Oweki, As Muhai turned her back upon her kin, so we were commanded to turn ours upon her. The Queen would have us join our tribes into one raised fist. She could not let Muhai's crime stand. There are those who kill by sword and those who kill by cunning. To the dead, it makes no difference. So too did she act on her own, against her own people. She does not deserve the honor of walking with the gods.
Honor? Percamplanta. The gods spoil everything they touch. They are charlatans and cowards, the lot of them.
Muhai is dead. She has lost her final battle.
Who says one's chance for redemption ends with death? For some, it's only the beginning.
Come. Give me the body. I will... You would defy the word of our queen. Come. You would Come. You are not of the Kahanga tribe. For what do you do this? I am told you have been a friend to the Queen, that she trusts your judgment. Then, I must do the same. I cannot give her full funeral rites. Her kin shun her still. But if Magran's fires claim her, so be it.
It is done. I can feel it. I am certain of it. My essence returns to me. You have greater loyalty within you than those of my own blood, Watcher. You have freed me. When I was yet not too sick to rise, and had hope of leaving the city, I hid away a jewel with which I could buy passage. I will not say. I will find.
Goddess.
Permission to come aboard, Captain? Of course.
Be welcome. We gather. Do you believe so? It is not in might alone that Magran, Akira, each obstacle is a... It is an opportunity. Muhai? Muhai has broken with Akira. A group of the Wapua came to seek Muhai's count. Muhai, the queen would have us join our tribes into one. There are those who kill by sword and those who... So too did she act on her own, against her own people. She does not deserve the honor of walking with the gods. I am told you have been a friend to the queen. I cannot give her a full funeral.
It is done. I can feel it. I am certain of it. My essence returns to me. You have greater loyalty within you than those of my own blood, Watcher. You have freed me. When I was yet not too sick to rise, and had hope of leaving the city, I hid away a jewel with which I could buy passage. Climb the temple steps and search among the pillars. You will find it behind a loose stone. I will not sail again. Perhaps you can make use of it. I will find my way from here. Amira's winds blow sweet upon you, Watcher. May you always find what you seek.
I know exactly what you're thinking. You're asking yourself, how did I let the Royal Deadfire Company plant an informant in my crew? My superiors might expect me to report in from time to time, but don't read too much into it. You're not the only big thing happening around here. I'm in this for a lot of information, a little diplomacy, and plenty of target practice. Better that you hear it from me than someone else, right? The company isn't in the business of reassigning officers outside of the mission unless they've got a damn good reason. And you are a damn good reason. Take the compliment. Uncomplicated. Just the way I like it. Oh, guess you ought to meet the bird. Ishi is smarter than he looks, but don't expect him to do any tricks. Ishi, come.
That's a good-looking bird. Hey, Birdie. Hey, Birdie.
Careful. I've seen him peck out eyes for less. Did your friend suffer a head wound? Before we get into deeper waters, I've got a question. You've got a ship and a title. Being captain means more than just wearing a big hat. A lot of tough calls to be made. A crew can be like family. They can also be like a nest of squalling infants. Let's say your galley cook was fixing to organize the rest of the crew into a mutiny. How would you handle it? I've never heard such agreeable terms of surrender. But then again, I've only served under ruthless iron braggarts. Of course, the only right answer is the one that works in a given time and place. I just wanted to hear yours. Ask me again when I'm wearing the big hat. But enough about me. Glad to be aboard, Captain. I've got some answers. Well, my parents came from the Deadfire. I'm getting a taste of my roots. After they emigrated to Rawatai, their talents caught the Ranganui's eye. He saw them as this spectacle, this achievement of the old country, I guess. So they were honored guests. Not many Huana rose to distinction in Takoa. We were also curiosities. Even as we broke the same bread and tossed back the same wine, the Ranganui's friends always checked under the table to see if I had a tail. Kana thought it was hilarious. It was an education in patience. Growing up in the Ranganui's shadow wasn't all bad. We had tutors and advisors at our disposal, and lots of folk from stranger parts than these. I spent my days learning to shoot, while my more academic siblings learned to express themselves. I leave you to judge who spent their time better. I won a shooting competition at the Ranganui's estate. This was a few years before enlisting with the Navy. As a reward, he gave me the freedom of the Royal Eyrie and said I could take my pick of the warbirds. Stinkfeathers here kicked a rather pretty hawk off my arm so he could have me all to himself. Been inseparable ever since. Sure am. And I heard that you two spent some time together. Funny how the gods toss things together. Kana came back from the Deerwood with a head full of ideas about Rauatai's expansion. Getting out from under the academics suited him. I never knew he could be so political. More than his sister ever could be. You clearly had some sway on his opinions, more than I ever did. Wish you had told Kana to give up on the poetry. He's got no ear for it. If you want to hear a voice like a powder keg belting out Rauataian anthems while you're running at a dragon, be my guest. Some of us find it distracting. I do with bullets what Kana did with words. Just in case you were wondering, the comparison ends there. Uh-oh. That's his "I'm hungry and you're wasting my time" face. Better step back, Captain.
Yeah?
Yeah?
something you need?
As you say, Captain.
At your service, Watcher.
Supplies! Get your supplies here!
Hope you're keeping busy, Watcher. We're still running some small tests. Not quite ready for the real thing. What can I do for you? Giacomo? Ak, I know him. He has a little laboratory for himself down in the gullet. His specialty is godlike. Claims he can detect them in the womb. Giacomo rents a room in Ecosi, the Hole, which is that grimy tavern down below. Why he seeks to bury himself, you will have to ask him yourself. Not many animancers down there, so he should be easy to find, if they haven't stolen all his equipment. Sure thing, amica. Comes with the job, doesn't it? Well, a few years in a deer will do that to you. Up to your armpits in jungle mud, insects, and snotty nobles. Probably would have been better off talking to the bugs. Oh, things are much different here. The Huana may not have the same passion for the field as the Republics, but they understand we're doing research, not sacrificing children to wolves or whatever it is the Deerwood believes. So, no riots. Fortunately, news out of the Deerwood doesn't mean much to this lot. It took us a few months to adapt, a few bad shocks too before we finished proofing the machinery against rain. I like to think it lends it all a little drama, no? Besides, how better to honor Helia than with invention? For now, nay?
Supplies! Get your supplies here!
Candles and bombs.
You must be careful when sparring. See the scratches on the wood? Greetings, and welcome to my home. But you bring one of Helia's beloved. This indeed is an honor. For what do you come to my villa? The Cornet of Waves. It is a conch shell, but very important. To receive it is the highest honor. The Queen gave it to me as thanks for my years of service. I was her personal bodyguard when she was a child, you know. Because it is sacred to the goddess Andra. Everyone knows it is a privilege to have.
A carrot to Kano. Everyone knows it is a sign of favor.
I keep it locked away, to see and not to touch, Ikera. But your words are good warning. Generations ago, there was a similar shell. When the old city sank, Andra's faithful gathered around that cornet and prayed for deliverance. But Andra is not a goddess of mercies. Instead of lifting them from the ruin, she pulled them down with the shell and said they would rise when it did. That is the story, anyway. Macabre, no? Because it is sacred.
A carrot.
Truly generate, but Andra is not. That is the story. You are a person of great standing. To share a piece of history with you would be an honor. Still, it is unusual for a man of my standing to give such a thing away. But the Queen gave it to me. There is great honor in such a gift. But what is esteem if no one sees it? Esteem is expensive to maintain. Very well. You are a... It is unusual for a man of my standing to... But the Queen gave it to me. There is great honor in such a... Far be it for... Take it, with my blessing.